Alright, we are live here with ARCS ignition action from Kansas Motor Speedway. Got 100 laps tonight. Do have one stage break at, I think it's the end of lap 33. So we'll have some commentating from the drivers. Hopefully they keep it green, but we'll see what happens here. Again, 100 laps tonight here at Kansas. Just finished up getting all of my iRacing live timing and everything updated. So it was kind of last minute, but got it updated in time. So hopefully everything shows up good here tonight. It's been several weeks since I was able to broadcast. I've been in Michigan for the past 3 weeks and just was not able to broadcast with Kenzie's computer. Just can't quite handle all the cars on track and broadcasting at the same time. So Zach Millett will lead us to the green flag here. Jonathan Adams starting in second. Green flag is out here at Kansas Motor Speedway. Under the lights, John Smeal in the field. We didn't think we would see him tonight, so good to see him here tonight. Got the 0-2 of Nick Fisher back in the field. It's for some reason showing him one lap down. Not sure exactly why it's showing him one lap down, but it is. Hopefully that'll fix itself here in a moment. It's also showing Zach Millett on pit road, but that is obviously not correct. He is out there in the lead. Jonathan Adams in second. Dale Markowski running third. Zach McBride fourth. And Toby Estes in the number 3 car running in 5th place. There, it put Fisher back on the lead lap in 6th. In that 0-2 Miller Lite car. Running for presidential racing, so to speak. It's a kind of a ally car, since he was part of presidential racing and then stepped away for a while, and now he's back up here running in 6th so far in this race after 4 laps of 100. Zach Millett right now out to almost a second lead over Jonathan Adams, about 8/10 right now. Dale Markowski running in 3rd. He's a part-time A-squared driver in that number 32. Toby Estes gave up his spot in the playoffs in A-squared. He is kind of running on his own here tonight in that number 3 Bass Pro Shops Chevrolet Camaro. We have a newcomer tonight, the 00 of Pacey. I'm going to probably butcher his name, so Pacey, I am so sorry. But Pacey Wigant? I'm going to go with past broadcasts I've heard where they called him Pacey Wigant. Up there in 6th. John Smill in 7th. Nick Fisher back to 8th. Alyssa Sharp in 9th. Patrick Allen Jr. in 10th. Elric George 11th. Jason Alexander 12th, Edward Marshall 13th, and Lilac Zier in 14th. 12 seconds back from the race leader right now. 6 laps in of the 100 scheduled here at Kansas. Zach Millett definitely out to a big lead here, 1.2 seconds now over Jonathan Adams. Jonathan Adams in second, Zach McBride third, Toby Estes fourth. Dale Markowski now falls back to fifth place here at Kansas. You see some cars running the bottom, some cars running the top. That's a great thing about Kansas. You can run multiple lanes here at Kansas. And both lanes are very, very successful. Lap 10 of 100 here at Kansas. Zach Millett up 1.6 seconds over Zach McBride. Toby Estes has made his way to third place. Pacey Wigent in fourth. We'll get that name right. I will ask him how to say his last name after this broadcast. Dale Markowski in fifth. Jonathan Adams has fallen back to sixth. Nick Fisher still hanging in there in seventh, battling with John Smeal in the 13 and 8th. A little bit of contact there between the 0-2 and the 13. So now Alyssa Sharp up to 8th place here. John Smill 9th. Elric George back in 10th. Jason Alexander 11th. So I got 3 presidential racing cars in this race tonight. One of the better showings for our team here in this series. Patrick Allen Jr. back in 12th. Edward Marshall 13th, and Lilac Zier in 14th right now. So 14 cars out on track. All of them are on the lead lap right now. First and only stage will be at the end of lap 33, if I heard the broadcast correctly. And at stage break, we will have... We'll probably bring Toby Estes in here with us during the stage break, but we'll stay put until then here in the broadcast booth. No help tonight, just me, myself, and I. Kind of last minute decision. I thought John Smeal was going to be out of this race, so thought I was going to have to kind of do a race control type deal, watching overhead. Ended up being that he made it in time, delivered the driver's meeting, and then came in here to, the O2 in the wall. Came in here to deliver the driver's meeting, and then also was able to be in here for any kind of cautions or anything. So that was able to allow me to broadcast this race. So if anybody wants to join me, let me know. But for now, it's just me up here in the booth. After 15 laps, Zach Millett out to a 3.3 second lead over Toby Estes, who has moved now into second place. Pacey in the 00. Oh, the 02. Oh, with the 33. Make some contact there. That's 2 teammates right there. They got to play nice. 02 really struggling here. 16 laps in. Must have used up his tires. But Pacey, now down to 5th. Not sure what happened to the 00, but take a look at the 00 now, going to the bottom of the 32 of Dale Markowski. That is for 4th position. Lap 17 of 100 here at Kansas Motor Speedway. Awesome Mongold says, yay, race cars. Absolutely, race cars. And good buddy of mine, Brandon Fetterplace, says, nice, the broadcast is back. Yes, it is. The broadcast is back on Friday nights. We were privileged enough to have ABN call the Daytona race. What was that? Not last Friday, but maybe the Friday before. Could be wrong on my dates there, but that was a really cool opportunity to have ABN broadcast that race. Hopefully we get ABN locked in to Friday nights next year for 2024. We're doing something a little different next year. It'll be open to everyone, so excited to see what happens there. But we're on lap 19 of 100 here at Kansas. Zach Millett has pretty much pulled away from the field, 4.5 seconds ahead of Toby Estes. Pacey Widget is 3rd. Zach McBride 4th, Dale Markowski 5th. That's your top 5 right now coming to lap 20 of 100. So you can see there, Pacey was staying on that outside wall in 3 and 4. .32 of Dale Markowski trying to make a pass on the 28 of Zach McBride. The 00 in the wall. There you see, he loses a lot of speed, a lot of time. It's going to allow the 32 of Dale Markowski to get up under the 00 of Pacey. And makes that pass. Dale Markowski now in 3rd. All 3 of these drivers battling for that 3rd position. Toby Estes in 2nd, 5 seconds back from Zach Millett. Really no competition for Zach Millett here tonight so far. But we do have a stage break. Everybody will be able to come down, get some fresh tires. Maybe make a few adjustments on these cars. You can't really change much once the start of the race, once you grid up. But you can change just a few things, you know. But right now, Zach Millett definitely seems to have the fastest Xfinity car out here tonight, and that number 315, leading this race after 22 laps. Zach McBride seems to have fallen off just a little bit. Dale Markowski has a pretty fast hot rod, and that number 32, the 00 of Pacey, also right behind him. That is 3rd and 4th that they're battling for. They're about 2 seconds off from Toby Estes in 2nd. Zach Millett again leading this race after 23 laps here. Sorry, we missed some action here. It looks like Zach Millett has pitted on lap 25, so that puts Toby Estes in the lead. Dale Markowski now second. Zach McBride third. Pacey Widgeon in fourth. Jonathan Adams in fifth. Jason Alexander up to sixth. Alec George in seventh. Patrick Allen Jr. is now 2 laps down, so I'm assuming he left the session just from what I know about Patrick Allen Jr. Alyssa Pelletier Sharp, and I know I probably butchered her name, is 1 lap down. So Zach Millett 31 seconds behind the leader right now, and again he has already pitted. Makes you think, are these drivers staying out, maybe saving some fuel? Maybe that's why they were so far back. We'll keep an eye on them as we're on lap 27 of 100. Again, I think stage break is 33 of 100. Not 100% sure on that. Jonathan Adams is down pit road. John Smeal has come down pit road as well. So we will keep an eye here on who comes down pit road in these next several laps before the end of the first and only stage break here tonight at Kansas. Thank you all for tuning in, the ones that are watching. We are here back again at ARCS Racing Networks on Friday night at Kansas, a great racetrack under the lights, which is always fun. I wish that Sunday night was able to be under the lights, but they're running at 3 p.m., so unfortunate there, but as they say in the big leagues, you'll have that on them big jobs. So Toby Estes still out in front. Dale Markowski in second. Pacey is now closing in on Dale Markowski. They're only about 1.7 seconds back from Toby Estes in that number 3 machine. So Zach Millett has pitted. Zach McBride has pitted. Jonathan Adams, John Smeal, obviously Alyssa Sharp has pitted, and Patrick Allen is still on pit road, so obviously he has removed himself from this race. So only 13 now in contention. Quiet at it again, indeed. Down pit road, that poor number 45 car did not stand a chance here tonight. Lap 33 of 100. I think this is the last lap of the stage. Pacey is down pit road. Again, I could be wrong. I wasn't fully listening when the drivers' meeting happened, so it could be a little bit later than this. Again, we'll just kind of play along with it as it happens. Elric George now in third. He's coming down pit road. Dale Markowski's down pit road. So that leaves Toby Estes out as your race leader. Zach Millett will be second once he passes the 32 and the 33. Nick Fisher is down pit road. Edward Marshall and Lilac Zier have not pitted yet. So that leaves 3 cars on the racetrack that have not pitted yet. And here comes Toby Estes in the 3 Goodwrench machine down pit road. This is going to give Zach Millett the lead. Edward Marshall and Lilac Zier in the 89 have not pitted yet. So both of them will have to come down pit road here as we come to lap 35 of 100. So obviously I was wrong. I know. Can you believe it? I admitted I was wrong. Wow. What a concept here from ARCS Racing Networks. Just didn't fully hear when the stage break would be, so we'll keep an eye on that as Toby Estes back out now, being scored in 3rd. Zach Millett is, I mean, every bit of 17 seconds ahead of Toby Estes, who would probably re-inherit the lead here, or not the lead, I'm sorry, 2nd place. And this is a waxing of the field, as we say, by Zach Millett. 36 of 100. Right now he's got 11 cars on the lead lap. You got Nick Fisher on pit road, Eric George on pit road. Patrick Allen is now officially out of this race. So Patrick Allen Jr. unfortunately will finish in 14th. Not sure what happened with Nick Fisher or Elric George, but they're still being shown on pit road here. Again, I got a lot going on in the background. We got some shit going on in the Discord, so y'all hang tight with me here. Fisher is 4 laps down. Nick Fisher's back down pit road, so obviously Nick Fisher and Elric George are not going to be able to compete in this race. So Alyssa Sharp being scored in 11th. Now Lilac Zier is 1 lap down, so those two are going to be battling for the lucky dog. Zach McBride is 31 seconds back. There's the first caution of the event. That's going to be the stage break. So it was at 40. I was close. I said 33. You know, I was only 7 off. Ain't too bad. Ain't too bad there for somebody that's been slightly intoxicated since 1 p.m. We'll take it. So stage break. Zach Millett is obviously your stage winner pretty easily, honestly, at this point. Well, I was gonna pull Toby. Oh, Toby. Okay, Toby's in the sports bar, so we'll wait till pit stops are done here for the leaders. We'll get a word with Toby Estes in that number 3 machine here tonight after 43 laps, almost halfway here in the Ignition Series at Kansas. We'll see what Toby has to say about this race tonight. Toby Estes, this is Ryan Pinnell up in the booth. You got a copy, bud?
Yes, sir. What's going on, buddy?
Hell yeah, man! I tell you what, I'm up here by myself. I'm talking to myself like I'm in a dream with a young college girl. I tell you what, but you're up there running third. Well, maybe second. I don't know. Pacey, no, I guess Pacey beat you out. So you're third. What do you think? What do you think about that number 3 car tonight? You think you can get up there and compete?
Well, I think I definitely got a top 3 car, but, the leader here is obviously in another zip code. I'm doing my best I can to save tires. Nick, he about ran me over there in the short run, and he's like, "Hey, man, I about dumped you." And I'm like, "Well, you'll see what I'm doing here in about 10 laps. If you want to be able to make it on a long run, you better start rolling the bottom there a little better." But it is what it is. So we'll run with what we got here, and I'm not going to go down without a fight. So
Absolutely. Well, me and you are on the same playing field tonight. We've both been drunk a couple times, allegedly,
yes.
anyway. So shout out to you being up there in third. Go see if you can't hang with Zach and Pacey. I know he's new to Ignition tonight, but I know he's got a lot of speed. So we'll see what you can do out there in that 3 car. It looks pretty. I will give you that. No Bandit Racing logo on there tonight, so you hate to see that, but we'll talk about that later on maybe on a podcast or something. But rooting for you, buddy. I love you, and go get that damn number 3 car in victory lane.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to get my head wrapped around. I took a nap. I've been drunk twice today, so I'm trying to get back into the groove here. So we'll see what happens.
Absolutely. Well, good luck to you, buddy, and we'll let you go. Go get them and see what you can do.
Race hell, praise Dale.
Hell yeah. That was Toby Estes up there running in third. Pacey being scored as your race leader. I think he's actually second. Toby Estes third. Jason Alexander in fourth. So the 00 may have tried a little bit of strategy. We'll see here as the pace truck comes off. 45 out of 100. Looks like Zach McBride maybe on the apron there. Not sure what's going on there with that machine. Not Zach McBride, I'm sorry. I think that was Lilac Zier letting some cars by. Well, we're back green flag racing here at Kansas with the ARCS Ignition Series. Pacey is out front in front of the 315 of Zach Millett. Toby Estes in third, doing all he can. Lap 48 out of 100 here. Zach Millett gets back around Pacey in the 00. Toby Estes in third. Jason Alexander now running in fourth in that number 21 South Carolina Gamecocks machine. For some people, a beautiful paint scheme. For me, absolutely ugly in that South Carolina Gamecocks livery. But me and Jaco we'll talk about that after Georgia plays South Carolina later in the year in college football. So Nick Fisher 7 laps down, Lilac Zier 2 laps down. Elric George and Patrick Allen Jr. both out of this race, so only 12 cars on the racetrack, with only 10 on the lead lap. Alyssa Sharp being scored in 10th, 6 seconds back. Actually 6.5 seconds back from Zach Millett. Right now, Zach Millett is just absolutely faster than everyone out here. He is just, like Toby said in our talk, he is in a different zip code, and that is being very clearly shown here. Already out to a 1.3 second lead over Toby and Pacey, and actually there's a really good fight for second place right now. See if I can get my there we go. So Toby, Zach McBride, Jason Alexander, Pacey, all battling for second place. Got to be careful. You don't want to use up too much of your tires here early on in the run. Obviously, we know a fuel run can make it 40 laps because we made it 40. Well, no, they had to pit. I'm sorry. They did have to pit before the end of 40, so we cannot make it 40 laps on a fuel run. So probably about 30 to 35, so to speak. But Toby up there running in second right now. Zach Millett 1.4 seconds ahead of Toby Estes. Zach McBride is in third, but we saw him kind of fall off in that first stage, so we'll keep an eye on him. Lap 54 of 100 here at Kansas. Zach Millett continues to stretch his lead over number 3 of Toby Estes. Zach McBride currently in third. Jason Alexander in fourth. Pacey in the 00 in fifth. New driver to Ignition this week. Edward Marshall running for Seth Wansing and Sunday Money in sixth. Jonathan Adams back there in 7th. Del Markowski 8th. John Smill 9th. And we have 2 cars 2 laps down. Alyssa Sharp in 10th, 2 laps down. And Lilac Zier in 11th, 2 laps down. And then Nick Fisher in 12th, 7 laps down. But he came out trying to get some points. That's all he needed, being in the playoffs. Just come out here and get some points and try and be there at the end. So he has done a great job so far as we come to lap 56 of 100 here. So a little over halfway here at Kansas. Really don't think we'll probably see any cautions unless we really have a big checkup or a spin from somebody up front that comes back in front of the field. So I don't think Zach Millett really has anything to worry about at this time. So we'll see what happens here as we close down the laps here at Kansas on Friday night. Lap 60 of 100, Zach Millett still your race leader. Toby Estes in second, Zach McBride third, Jason Alexander still in fourth, Dale Markowski in fifth, Pacey in sixth, John Smil seventh, Edward Marshall and Jonathan Adams both have come down pit road. Doing a little bit of short pitting here. Try and get them just a little bit of track position out there maybe. But right now, Zach Millett is in a zip code of his own here at Kansas. Alright, we'll see if we can't go to a couple different cars here. Sorry, I've had other things going on tonight. I'm not fully engaged in this broadcast. I apologize. Zach McBride, you see he's starting to fall off a little bit. Now in third, being pressured by Jason Alexander back in fourth. We kind of saw that same thing in the first stage. Zach McBride seemed to really fall off after several laps. Old Brandon Fetterplace in there just redeemed, highlight my message. Pay attention. I'm trying. All right, I really am. I got a lot going on in the Discord right now. I'm trying my best to pay attention. I really am. That's all I can tell you, buddy. Look, if we can get Kevin Feemster off his couch, and he said he was going to play his Madden game tonight, so he better play his Madden game while we have another episode of Unfiltered Dirty Air. That's all I'm saying. So I will definitely get with Feemster after this race is over. We'll see if we can't do another broadcast, because like I said, I have not been drinking since 2 o'clock today, and I am not pissed off since 7 o'clock today. So we'll see what happens. Feem is not 100% asleep. If he is 100% asleep, we are advancing through the Madden week, and he does not want that. He does not want that heat, because his team is awful. And the only way they're going to win is if he plays the game. So he better wake up, get with it. As we see Zach McBride and Jason Alexander still battle here for third place. Toby Estes in second, but he is 3.6 seconds back from Zach Millett. Zach Millett in a different zip code at this point. Nick Fisher back down pit road. You hate to see it. Already 7 laps down. He's going to come back down and get him a fresh set of tires to make up those 7 laps that he is down. Alyssa Sharp back to 1 lap down. Jason Alexander makes the pass. Well, not quite. He tried to make the pass on Zach McBride, but didn't quite do it yet. The 28 and the 21 still side by side here. This is for third place, and it's allowing Dale Markowski to close in just a little bit. Back there in fifth. The double zero of Pacey Widget in sixth place. He is running the, I mean, you can't get much higher than the line that Pacey is running. They're still battling. Oh, the 21 about went up into the wall there. I'm sure these two probably don't have very kind words to each other after this race. Again, Jonathan Adams, Edward Marshall, and Alyssa Sharp all pitted very, very early. Kind of a short pit type deal. Try and get some fresh tires, make up some time. I'm assuming they will probably have to come back down, obviously, one more time. But we're coming to lap 72. Now we're on lap 72 of 100, so less than 30 to go. We know that you can obviously make it on a tank of fuel from here, so now it's just waiting to see when everyone pits. .24 to go here at Kansas. Jason Alexander has made his way to second after Toby and Pacey have both come down pit road. Jonathan Adams now in sixth place. He was one of the ones that pitted early. Edward Marshall also down pit road. There's the 13 of John Smeal coming down pit road. Jason Alexander also on pit road. So Zach Millett, the only one that has not pitted yet. And you don't have to short pit when you're ahead of the leader by 4, 5 something seconds. So we'll see if Toby Estes can make any ground here on fresh tires in that number 3 machine. Oh, I'm sorry, Zach Millett did pit. So Zach Millett pit on lap 77, Toby on 76. So Toby now 2.4 seconds behind Zach Millett. So obviously Toby had a really good pit entrance and pit exit, because I think he was almost 3 seconds back from Zach Millett there. And you can tell Toby now is really pushing. With only 22 to go here, coming to 21 to go here at Kansas. Oh, got it down to 2 seconds. He's really pushing that thing. Zach Millett, there you see, he's in the lead. He's behind the 9 of Edward Marshall, who is already 1 lap down, about to go 2 laps down. Same with Alyssa Sharp, 1 lap down, about to go 2 laps down. And that has allowed Toby Estes to close in within 1.8. Oh, that is close there. Edward Marshall in that number 9 / number 74 machine. Blocking the 315 on the bottom. This Sharp gets out of the way, hits the wall. Toby Estes now 1.6 seconds back from your race leader, Zach Millett. He's making a charge here with 20 to go. Does he have enough fuel, and does he have enough tires? Brandon Fetterplace, if you have 5.1 thousand channel rewards, I agree with Cody Pinnell. Do what you gotta do, use them, and I will chug a beer. I am not scared at all to chug a beer here on a Friday night. I mean, I've been chugging them all night long. I'm almost out of a beer, so we're about to have to take a brief intermission so I can get another beer. Or another water, depending on what your outlooks are on alcohol. Matter of fact, we're going to take a short break so I can go get another ice cold water here in the great state of Georgia. And we're back already with the ice cold water here. You can see Zach Millett still in the lead. By 2.2 seconds over Toby Estes. Toby was really the only one that was able to put any kind of fight up. He got to about 1.6 seconds, and then I think Toby may have used his tires up already. Only 8 cars on the lead lap right now. We got 3 cars 2 laps down. Nick Fisher still on pit road in 12th. Elric George and Patrick Allen Jr. both out of this race. Fetterplace, I I don't know what to tell you, buddy. I don't really know Twitch very well. I really don't. But I feel like you can use those channel rewards in some way that it'll make me chug this beer. And that'd be great, because I'm already had a few waters, and I'm already a little pissed off. So anything to make me drink another water even faster would be just great. But again, shout out to everybody for tuning in. I know that's you know, we're getting close to the end of the season, a little bit lower car counts. This series did exactly what we expected it to do. We promoted within, so a lot of the original Ignition drivers are now in A squared, and then of course we had an entire team leave A squared, so a lot of these drivers are still trying to put their foot forward for 2024 in the A squared draft, and trust me, people are definitely paying attention and watching. I know I am as a team owner. I know that Zach Millett is very, very, very fast, so if he gets put up on that draft board for 2024, it's going to be interesting to watch and see where he might go. Jonathan Adams, another one that's been super fast all year. Pacey in the 00, his first race tonight. Good to see him running good. Jason Alexander does not have a Sunday night ride. You know, me and Jaco go way back, all the way to the start of ARCS, but he's running very, very well as well, trying to pass Dale Markowski for 4th. But Pacey right there with them as well. Zach McBride currently in 3rd. With only 11 laps to go here at Kansas, we'll have top 3 interviews after this race, if all top 3 are available. The 00 gets a little loose trying to get around the 32. 21 makes it around pretty easily. Oh! That was the 32 in the 00. Got really loose coming out of turn 2. Pacey still in 5th. Tracking down the 21 of Jason Alexander, who is now tracking down the 28 of Zach McBride with only 9 laps remaining here in this race tonight. I may or may not have just opened a fresh new water. But again, appreciate y'all coming out. We'll try and get some, you know, we've been doing Ignition broadcasts all year, and you know, we were off for the past 3 weeks. I was up in Michigan, wasn't able to broadcast, and really glad to be back. Glad to show the racing. I know that Carmen and Abian did a wonderful job at Daytona and had some really, really good numbers on the viewership there for that race, but we don't quite have the same following. We're just under 300 followers here on ARCS Racing Networks, and you know, we're doing the best we can to bring the same action out here on the track. We may not have the fancy camera angles or anything like that, but we're doing the best we can. So 7 to go here. Zach Millett 4.5 seconds ahead of Toby Estes. Jason Alexander now gets around Zach McBride. If he can stay there, hopefully we can get a word with Jason Alexander after this race, but highly doubt it. He does not like post-race interviews, so we'll see what happens. But great racing overall. Really, I mean, so far no cautions other than the stage break. Coming to 4 laps to go. Zach Millett, not even really in a different zip code. He's in a different universe at this point. 5.7 seconds ahead of Toby Estes. 14 seconds ahead of Jason Alexander. Edward Marshall is on pit road now, so he looks like he's maybe called it quits. Nick Fisher still on pit road in 12th, so I guess he's out. And then, of course, Elric George and Patrick Allen Jr. have been out for several laps. So right now, 4 to go, coming to 3 to go. Zach Millett looks like he is the man with the plan here at Kansas. Looked like Toby had tracked him down a little bit, but he was dealing with some lap traffic, and pretty much once Zach got clear of that lap traffic, it was kind of over from there. So Pacey in the 00 now battling. Well, he was battling for 4th. It's actually a pretty good battle back there. Let's go take a look at it. There you see the battle for 4th. The 32, the 28, the 00, all battling for that 4th place position. Jason Alexander has left them by almost 3 seconds. Pacey's going to stick it on the bottom. Going to clear himself on that 32. The 00 is clear for 4th place. 2 laps remaining here. Zach Millett still your race leader by a ton. Coming to the white flag. Sponsored by no one here in ARCS. So if you want to sponsor the white flag, let me know. We'll get you hooked up. But white flag's out here. Zach Millett pretty much can coast around this track at this point as he comes into turn 3 and 4. That 315 is just on a different level, honestly. He comes around turn 4, comes to the start-finish line. The 315 of Zach Millett wins this race easily over Toby Estes, who's going to come home in 2nd place. Jason Alexander will come home in 3rd place. Dale Markowski 4th, Pacey 5th, and Zach McBride comes home in 6th. John Smill will come home in 7th place. Jonathan Adams in 8th. Alyssa Sharp in 9th, 2 laps down. Lilac Zier 10th, 2 laps down. Edward Marshall will come home 11th on pit road. Nick Fisher 12th pit road. Elric George 13th. He did not finish this race. And Patrick Allen Jr. comes home dead last in 14th and has quit this race. No surprise there. So we will be back here in a few moments with our top 3 interviews. That's Jason Alexander, Toby Estes, and Zach Millett. Hopefully we can get Jason Alexander in here for a interview. He doesn't do a lot of interviews, so we'll see what we can do. But stay tuned. We'll have your top 3 interviews here in just a moment. All right, we are back with our top 3 interviews. I tried to get Jason Alexander in the waiting room, but he left. So, unfortunate, unfortunate. You hate to see it. Times 2. Hate to see it. But anyway, we will bring Toby Estes in here in just a moment. Came home in P2. So, let's see what we got here. Toby Estes, this is Ryan Penn on the booth. You got a copy?
Oh, come on back now. I got
Hell yeah. Well, I tried to get Jaco in here, but he left. So I was really bummed. I thought I could sneak one out of him there right at the last minute, but I couldn't. So uh, good job. You came home P2. Tell us about your race and what you needed to to get Zach Millett there at the end.
well. Funny thing is about a half a lap before Zach got to the end there, he's like, "Hey man, if you don't mind, I forgot what time it was. I'm not going to be able to do my at the end of the race interview. So if you could just tell Ryan what I wanted to say." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, man, what's going on?" And he said, "Just want to apologize to the whole field for not uninstalling my grip pack." So yeah, that was his apology to me and the whole field there. So kind of take strategy out of the way. No, I'm just kidding. It was he did say that he wouldn't be able to make it, but good race. I mean, I didn't have a lot of practice, but I felt like running the bottom would kind of save me a little bit there on the long run. Unfortunately, I think it was 30 some laps we could run. Uh, so it kind of takes it all out of it. But good race by him. I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of hoping next year maybe we could have either a longer race with more stage breaks or less tires, uh, just to kind of help people like me that's not as fast. But you know what? It is what it is. It's the Xfinity Series. It's to give drivers a chance to get into A squared. And yeah, good race by him. But I've only been drunk twice, so now I'm working on my third time for the day.
Hell yeah. Well, I'm working on my first, and it's a good one. So good race by you. I guess that's it. I might bring John Smill in here just 'cause I don't have anybody else to interview. So
I mean, why not?
yeah, why not? I mean, we got the TV time. There's no football games on tonight, so we'll see what we can do. But good race by you, buddy, and hope to see you here in the future.
Yes, sir.
All
Thank you,
right,
brother. Appreciate it.
see you, man. All right, that was Toby Estes in the number 3 Goodwrench Chevrolet Camaro. Like I said, didn't get a chance to talk to Jason Alexander, didn't get a chance to talk to Zach Millett, so first and third, unfortunately, we were not able to talk to them. They had other things going on, so why not? Let's talk to John Smeal. I think the lobby I think actually may have died because I cannot bring anything up anymore, so it's going to show Toby. But we're gonna talk to John Smeal right here. John Smeal, this is Ryan Pennell on the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
Well, the race is over, and yes, we are talking to you, but I wasn't able to talk to third. I wasn't able to talk to first, so why not bring in John Smeal and just see how his race went? How was the race? I mean, obviously, green flag the whole way, other than the stage break. Not a bad race overall.
It was tough there. I mean, between Millet and Toby and even Pacey out there was throwing down heaters all race. Um, Probably saved a little bit too much after the last stop, but I just was hoping everyone else would burn their stuff off and I'd be able to gain a little bit more than what I did. But you know, played the caution game and it bit me this time. But I mean, overall for turning 3 laps in qualifying before the race started, I'll take a seventh place finish with absolutely zero track time. Wish I would have had some more of that practice. I probably would have been better in that first run, put me in better position for the second half of the race. But overall, it was a very mid race. I'll leave it that way.
Fair enough. Well, you still had a decent race, and you come home 7th. That's not, nothing to complain about. But again, it was a great race. It was great for me to be back, and hopefully, next week will be just as good. So shout out to you for putting on this series. I know how much time goes into putting on a series. Some people don't really understand. Some people don't care how much time and effort goes into, trying to make everything fair and trying to make everything right. So I do appreciate you. But floor is yours if you have any sponsors or anyone you want to shout out. The floor is all yours.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like I deserve this after a 7th place finish, but hey, we'll take it where we get it. As always, got to thank my wife for putting up with me. I mean, as you know, we weren't even going to make this race, but I literally pulled in about 10 minutes before qualifying started to be able to get in here. So she was super patient with me with that. I know that that's not what she wanted to be doing on a Friday night, but gotta thank her for putting up with me. She helps a ton with the Smil Racing Design stuff. Gotta thank 213 Simware. Hopefully going to be getting some more apparel out there. I got one T-shirt design so far, so hoping to get some more. Gotta thank Moser Racing.
Absolutely. Well,
Nothing
good to
drives
talk.
like Moser.
Yeah, there you go. Well, good to talk to you, buddy, and we'll see you in a week, and we'll go from there.
All right, catch you next time.
All
Thanks,
right,
Ryan.
see you, bud. All right, well, that will do it here for our Kansas race. And we're going to close this thing out pretty quick because you got no background look because the session is done. So appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate the comments on Twitch and YouTube. We'll be back next week for ARCS Ignition. I believe it'll be Bristol. I need to double check that, but I think it'll be Bristol. So until then, y'all stay safe. Make sure you do what you got to do to just keep on keeping on. You know what I mean? And we will talk to y'all later. As Rick James says, see y'all around the corner. As I say, make sure you stay on that loud pedal.